Here's another video of the car. Can somebody please comment and tell me if I need to put a new crankshaft in it? I read on some website that you don't need to put a new crankshaft in it, but you do need to remachine it and take a little bit of metal off. Because it says it doesn't matter how much the journals are worn, all camshafts are still reusable. I'm not sure how true that is or not. If I'm wrong, correct me on that one. I've still got oil in there. I like working on big old motors. My mother's fussing at me, telling me I've got a couple of motorcycles too, and she told me those will be easier to fix than this thing. Well, I would rather put money in this thing because, one, I know how to work on it. Two, it doesn't give me a bunch of crap. Three, it doesn't have a blown motor. Four, this thing, you know, if I do a bunch of stuff to it, it's capable of 600 plus horsepower. It's a 6.6 liter motor. I'm probably going to put undercut valves in it, high compression pistons, new rods because I don't want to throw a rod in the motor. I'm going to put a even bigger cam in it than the one I did put in there. I can't put headers on it because I was looking on summitracing.com and all the headers they had came out this way too far because you can see the exhaust manifolds are pretty flat. So, and there's not much clearance in here because the exhaust manifolds would come out to here and the headers would probably come out to here and they'd be touching against there. If you hit a bump, it'd bend them, or they just wouldn't fit on at all. And also, if I were to put a header on this side, it wouldn't make it. It doesn't have enough clearance around the steering box. The steering box would have to be over here, and I can't move that. Here's my grinder. I don't know if you can see underneath there or not. The camera is not very good. It's not very rusty underneath the car because it's either there's oil or transmission fluid coming out of underneath the bell housing. So I think my rear main seal might be going bad. So I'm definitely gonna pull the motor anyway. It's not in really bad shape. I've just got to replace all the hoses, all of the brake lines, all of the rubber, and a couple other pieces, and fix some rust holes like the floor pans and things like that. But otherwise, it's in pretty good shape. My mother says I should get a new car, but I don't have enough money to, and I'm learning a lot on this one, and I don't have the heart to get rid of it because I like it, even though it is an ugly car. If it was an Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser, I would really like it. I don't like the wood too much, but it's built it's a real strong car. It's been in probably at least 10 accidents, and hasn't gotten damaged at all. The only damage it has on it is these two dents in the bumper, right here and right there, from being run into. And some scratches on the sides. That side doesn't have any. Nope, that side's fine. Wait, no, that side does have some scratches. I guess somebody scraped up against a building or something. It's got rust in odd places, like around here, around the windows, a little bit at the bottom of the doors. Yeah, that's a lot of rust. I was standing on the carpet. Well, I wasn't standing in it, but I was kind of squatting down. I was trying to take the seats out. And those seats are so rusty, I can't get them out, so I'm going to have to cut the bolts off. Then I'm going to have to get a really big fat piece of sheet metal, weld it onto where the floor used to be. Yeah, that used to be. And then just drill a hole up through it and use a bolt and a nut to hold the seat down in place, I guess. I've got tons of stuff in here. There's where my air box used to be. If any of you have an old car that uses Duraspark ignition, I suggest you move your box right underneath the dashboard like this. Because before, as soon as you'd get up to temperature, your car just cuts out, just like you turn the key. Well, that's because the Duraspark ignition box has a temperature sensor, and I think it's set at 200 degrees, and it disconnects the black ground wire, the one that goes inside of your distributor, with the three wires. I think red, orange, and black, I believe. The red and orange go to the ignition pickup, and the black goes to a ground inside the distributor. Well, be sure to put the ground in a good spot, like on your frame or on your motor, or directly to your negative battery terminal, or something like that. Because you don't want to have I had a bad ground on the motor, and if you move the distributor, it would sometimes the car would start and run, and other times it wouldn't. So I connected the ground directly to the negative battery terminal. My whole dashboard's out. All the door panels are out. Power windows work good. I wish I had manual windows, because look at all this crap I have to deal with. My wiring is shut, but I'm trying to get everything working right again. This is for the windows and this is for the locks. Two of these, the polarity reverses, and then the other one goes directly to it and bypasses the switch, which goes to the driver's door. I can explain that in another video. I love this car. It's driving me crazy though. It's getting very expensive. At first I denied that it would be expensive fixing this car, but then as soon as I took it apart, I started finding things like no floor. I put a piece of sheet metal on there and put acrylic all around it. I should cut that out and weld it, but I don't have any good sheet metal that I can actually weld. All the stuff I have is aluminum. And more electrical problems. I've got some idiot cut the fucking wires. Black wires. I don't know what the black goes to. It might be ground for all you know. There's some repairs done, so I know somebody's gotten into it. I've got probably a mile of wire right here. My headlight switch is melted. I'm not sure if you can see that right there on the left. I guess that's where the power goes in. So it's either overloaded or it's shorted. Something's shorting. I'm not sure. This is a 1977 Mercury Cougar. It's got the 400 cubic inch 6.6 liter V8. If anybody knows where I can get a wiring harness, please email me. I'll try to put my email address underneath the thing on the bottom of the screen. And I need to I've got a wiring diagram for this thing, but I was wondering if anybody could find me a wiring harness that I can buy off them, or tell me where I can buy one, because I don't want to try to fix all this. Thank you.